You can have a really good match who doesn't do every single thing that you would want them to do in the way that you would want them to do it. As a matter of fact, ain't nobody coming like that. But you got to be willing to go through the process of becoming the person and the people of becoming the perfect match.
Hey y'all, welcome to Boundaries and Grace.
Because part of the point of this is being realistic about what to expect. Like when you're talking about dating and relationships, because standards are in certain ways they can be unrealistic. No matter who you're with, you're going to have certain conversations around certain pains that happen in a close connection. There's gonna be some pain that comes up that you're going to have to communicate through. We got to be realistic. Let me put it like this. Consider things like around your standards. I feel like this is about to get too deep. Take a look at your standards, right? And consider the process that's behind the outcome you're looking for. You got to make room for the process. For example, you want someone who, let's say, isn't combative. If at the first sign of conflict or them having an issue, raising a voice, using foul language, becoming in some way escalated, you're like, well, my standard is don't be combative, deal breaker, it's a no. Consider this. Is someone willing to go through the process of being able to communicate in a healthier, safer way so that we don't experience each other as combative? You want somebody who's loving and affectionate. Are you willing to go through the process with someone to communicate and learn each other and develop the rhythm of how to feel loved and valued and connected? Because you can have a really good match who doesn't do every single thing that you would want them to do in the way that you would want them to do it. As a matter of fact, ain't nobody coming like that, doing everything you want them to do the way you want them to do it. But you got to be willing to go through the process of becoming the person and the people of becoming the perfect match. Is it too much? It's too much for a lot of people. But I had to talk to people who actually can handle the process, and that you don't just want the outcome. I dare say, gentlemen, let me talk to men real quick, because let me validate this first. Let me say this. Always gotta say stuff for the record. We know that a lot of women would love to meet you at the finish line, okay? After you already done all the things, all the money. Somebody getting triggered right now. Just breathe. We know that there are plenty of women that would love to just be with you at the finish line, right? They want the outcome. They don't want to go through the process. You understand it when it comes to your money. I want you to understand it when it comes to emotional attachment in the same way. That in order that you want the outcome of peace, you want the outcome of collaboration, of teamwork, you want the outcome, you want that. Are you willing to go through the emotional process to create it, to get it, when it doesn't look like that's what's happening? Or can we go through the process so that we become the perfect match? Women need to do the same thing. Everything that I say is vice versa. Everything goes on both ways. Women, you want somebody, let's just do it for the record. Women, yeah, and I know that if I just post that reel, I'm always thinking about this stuff. I know if I just post that reel, people are like, well, you're wondering about the women. Well, you're always talking to the men, but what about the women? They never listen to the full episode. It's just always like, it's kind of annoying, but I'm getting used to it. I don't know how you can be on my page and think that I just talk about one gender, or that it's just silly. Anyway, women, you want the man to be a good listener, right? You want him to show up and be present for you. You want him to be empathetic and understanding. You want that. Are you willing to go through the process of helping him to become that? Are both people willing to be receptive and hear where you're missing it? Are both people willing to be receptive, to be influenced by the other person, to become something that you might not have been before? for the betterment of the relationship, not just what you're comfortable with, not just what you've seen or what you think, but are you willing to go through the process of becoming it rather than just expecting someone to simply be it? Come on, y'all. Be mature. Like, grow up. We got to grow up. We got to grow up. Okay.